Friday. That's right. It's Friday.
It is Friday. Woo!
My favorite day of the week. It is the day that I wake up and I super duper grind.
Every other Friday I get paid. I don't have to go to work on Saturday.
I hope everybody has a great weekend.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to NSS. This is the Reynolds Report. From our You Can Take the Host Out of Fox, but you can't take the Fox out of the host file, Megyn Kelly will not be back on the air at NBC after her blackface remark. Megyn Kelly today aired a repeat Thursday and Friday mornings, 2 days after she questioned why it's not okay for a white person to wear blackface at Halloween. This was kind of the nail in the coffin for Megyn and her show, which had terrible ratings. They dropped more than 30% year to year in her time slot. Reports are that Megyn has hired a high-powered attorney who's scheduled a sit-down with NBC, no doubt to discuss the terms of her departure. She has a $69 million contract. Megyn's talent agency, CAA, also dropped her. As a footnote, apparently the higher-ups at NBC are looking at Kelly Clarkson to replace Megyn Kelly on her hour of the Today Show. Not only has Clarkson made multiple appearances on the hit morning show, but she's also got a pretty huge fan base, which is another reason why NBC execs think she's a good replacement choice. Hey, today is Frankenstein Day. Yeah, this holiday honors and celebrates the mother and father of Frankenstein. That would be Mary Shelley and, of course, Boris Karloff. Shelley's novel was first published in 1818.
It's alive, Jimmy. It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. Oh, in the name of God. Now I know what it feels like to be God.
The great Louis Anderson did a stand-up routine on NBC's Late Night with Seth Meyers last night.
I stopped at the Big and Tall. You never see any tall people there. You never run into anyone's knee. Boom. I love your canned corn. I'll tell you this, if I get one more X on my clothing, I'm next year's Super Bowl. Quit putting X's on the clothing. Try putting pictures of mammals in the different sections. Do you have this in a wildebeest? Can I wear sloth and wildebeest together? No? Oh. Where's the manatee section? My spirit animal.
All right, listen, guys, we really need to tone down the rhetoric on both sides here. Also, the pipe bombs from Trump supporters. Donald Trump tweeted a denial of a story that he still uses his unsecured iPhone from his unsecured iPhone. That's like a child denying he put his hand in the cookie jar while his hand is stuck in the cookie jar. In a recent interview, Caitlyn Jenner admitted she was wrong to support Donald Trump. Clearly, she's removing another dick from her life. There's a new product out there that's being called the Instapot of weed that actually rolls your joints for you. Yeah, you know what? Wake me up when they make one that also splits my Oreo in two with all the cream on one side. During a training exercise in North Carolina, the Air Force parachuted a giant Humvee to the wrong location, dropping it into a residential neighborhood. Wait a second, Charlie. Take another look at our orders. Is that number in the address an 8 or a 3? A house in Fresno burned to the ground after the homeowner tried to kill spiders using a blowtorch. You know what? You should never, ever try to kill an infestation on your own. You should always call a licensed and bonded professional arsonist. A Russian rocket placed a military spy satellite into orbit Thursday. Yeah, so much for ending your week on a positive note. Still with Putin's people for a sec, a female Russian hammer thrower has been banned for 4 years for doping. In an interview, she said she's thinking about returning to her first love, the ballet. Time for Nobody Gives a F***. New study finds that tiny doses of magic mushrooms boost your brain's ability to solve problems. For example, you'll be able to figure out why you dropped out of school to hitchhike across the country and sit on a mountaintop tripping out of your mind on mushrooms. Hey, hallucinogens, nobody gives a f***. New numbers say the birth rate in the U.S. is falling. You know, people still Netflix and chill, but first they stop by the drugstore. Hey, Trojans, nobody gives a f***. And cops in England have identified that thief who looked like David Schwimmer. Meanwhile, they're after another thief who looks like the guy who played Screech. Wait, hang on. It is the guy who played Screech. Hey, celebrity petty criminals, nobody gives a f***. Thanks, everybody. We have a new episode of the Reynolds Report for you every weekday. Be sure to check out NSS Live, starring Frank D'Angelo, Tuesdays and Thursdays for NSS Live.